Assalamu alaikum viewers, how are you? Hope you will be fine. Welcome to the channel Literature Outstanding. Be positive, be hopeful in your lives. Telltale Time will be a segment on Literature Outstanding in which some beautiful story from the world of literature will be presented. And today's story is Christabel by Tylor Coleridge, a romantic English poet. Christabel is a long narrative ballad, and basically it's a piece of poetry, but it has a beautiful storyline. That's why I have included in the segment Telltale Time. This long beautiful poem was published in two parts. The first part of the poem was written in 1797 and the second in 1800, but still it's incomplete by the poet. Although the poem is incomplete, yet it has a special place in the hearts of literature lovers like me. Christabel can be included in Gothic and supernatural literature, and if you are a lover of horror stories and Gothic and supernatural type of literature, you are going to love this video. I'm also a big fan of this poem, that's why I have made it the part of my channel Literature Outstanding. Hope you will like it. First I will explain the story, and later on there will be a short review of this poem. But before that, those who are new to this channel, please subscribe Literature Outstanding and hit the bell icon for future videos. You can also follow our Facebook page, A Writer, and its link will be shared in description box. So let's start the video. I have also included some posts related to this poem from my Facebook page, A Writer, in this video. Hope you will like it. Okay, the story begins and we are told that it's 14th century or medieval ages. There is a beautiful castle and a castle clock is indicating midnight. Owls are hooting and their hooting is disturbing the cock. That's why he also started to crow, but as he is crowing too early, that's why there is drowsiness in his crowing. A rich baron, Sir Leoline, lived in this castle who had a toothless mastiff bitch that howled in reply to castle clock, and it is told that it howled for 4 times after every quarter. It means that it howled for 16 times in an hour. And she followed this practice every night whether there is sun or cloud. It means that in every season she followed the same pattern of howling. This howling was very strange, but people there believed that this bitch howls when it sees the dead body or spirit of Sir Leoline's dead wife in her death dress. And here we come to know that Sir Leoline's wife has been died. And then the narrator of the poem gives us more details about that night. He tells us that that night was chill but not dark, because moon was shining on the sky, but grey clouds were hiding that moon. That's why it was looking dull and small, but there was moonlight, so we can say that the night was not dark but chill. Month was May. It means spring was on its way, but still it was autumn and trees were leafless. Then we are told that Sir Leoline had a very beautiful daughter and her name is Christabel. She is the only daughter of Sir Leoline and Sir Leoline loved her so much. But at this hour of night, when castle bell is striking midnight, what Christabel is doing in forest, because she is not in the castle, she is at least at a furlong's distance from castle. But what she is doing here? And then the narrator tells us the reason why Christabel is in the woods at midnight. Actually, she is engaged to a knight, and knight is a high-ranked man in army. Throughout the last night, Christabel had nightmares or bad dreams about her fiancé. She was very worried and wanted to do some special prayer for life protection and welfare of her knight. That's why she was in woods at this late hour of night. We are not told that where knight had gone, but of course he is an army man and we can easily guess that he is on some duty or he had gone for war. Christabel neither took permission from her father nor she informed anyone. So we can say that no one knew that Christabel is out of castle. And then Christabel stopped and saw an old oak tree and decided to pray before it. That was an old big oak tree, and there were no leaves on it except one withered red leaf, and it was full of moss and a mistletoe was growing on it. Mistletoe is basically a parasitic plant, so in this sense this oak tree was very strange and different type of. Christabel kneels before that tree and started her prayer in silence. When Christabel was busy in her prayers, she heard a weeping sound. It seemed that someone was weeping very close to her. But who? First, she thought that maybe this sound is produced by wind. But there was no wind at all, and there were no leaves on the trees. So how wind can produce this sound? Then where from this sound was coming? Christabel focused on the sound, and she realized that that weeping sound was coming from the other side of oak tree. So she was so afraid of. She folded her arms under her cloak and went to the other side of tree. And what she saw there? Christabel saw an extremely beautiful lady sitting near the oak tree and was busy in weeping. That strange, beautiful lady was wearing a white silken gown that was shining in moonlight. Her majestic neck and arms were bare. Gems and beads were shining in her hair. Apparently, it seems that she belongs to a rich, noble family. It was very frightful to see an extremely beautiful lady at that time in that place. Christabel prayed to God once again. "Oh God, save me from any harm," came close to that lady and asked, "Who are you?" That strange, beautiful lady answered in a feeble, sweet voice, "Please have pity on me." She said she is too weak to speak and requested Christabel to extend a helping hand to her and not be afraid of her. But Christabel was afraid of her and asked her, "How did she come here?" The lady answered, "My name is Geraldine and I belong to a rich noble family. 5 warrior type of men got me yesterday morning. They choked my mouth so I couldn't cry. They bound me on a white horse and brought me here in this forest. Their horses were of white color. I don't know who were those men. They put me under this oak tree. I was so tired and shocked I couldn't recall, but the tallest of them said they will come back very soon. Few minutes ago I heard a sound as if some castle clock struck. Please extend your hand and help me. Don't be afraid. They will come very soon." After listening the story of Geraldine, now Christabel was satisfied. So she gave her hand to Geraldine, comforted the miserable lady, and said, "My father is a powerful man here. He can give you protection and send you back to your home safely." Geraldine accepted the offer of Christabel. She held the hand of Christabel, and both ladies made their way to castle. Here, as a reader, we feel that Geraldine's story was not so much convincing and there were many loopholes in her story. That's why Christabel believed on her words and also took that strange lady to her own castle. Anyhow, both ladies were taking small steps towards castle. On the way, Christabel told Geraldine that everyone in the castle is sleeping at this moment and they have to enter into the castle without making a noise. Moreover, she told that her father's health is also not so good, so they have to be very, very careful. Finally, they reached near the castle and Christabel took out a key and unlocked a small door exactly in the middle of Castle Gate and opened it very carefully. When crossing the gate, Geraldine collapsed as if she is in deep pain. So Christabel lifted her up, and when Christabel offered her hand, Geraldine rose up and walked as if she was no longer in pain. Both ladies crossed the compound successfully and felt happy. At this point, Christabel said to Geraldine they should pray to Virgin Mary for saving them from misfortune. But Geraldine refused to do so. She said she is so weak to speak, even she can't pray. This behavior of Geraldine was so strange. Moreover, when both ladies were crossing the compound, at that time Mastiff Bitch was also sleeping in open moonlight. So when both ladies passed near it, she never woke up, but she made angry moaning. But why she did so? What was wrong with this bitch? Usually she never made such angry sounds for Christabel. So maybe she was irritated by the hooting of owls. And then they entered in the hall. And when they were walking, the hall echoed with their footsteps, although they were walking softly and very carefully. The pieces of wood were dying in fireplace and were covered with white ashes. But when Geraldine passed by it, it gave a blaze of light. When it blazed, Christabel saw Geraldine's eyes for a moment, and also the shield of Sir Leoline hanging on the wall. Here, the shield has a significance. In wars, it is used for protecting the warrior from enemies' attack, and maybe here was an indication for Christabel that maybe she is doing something wrong and she needs to protect herself or shield herself from Geraldine. Christabel once again requested Geraldine to walk softly, as her father never sleeps well. She also told Geraldine that at this moment all servants and attendants are sleeping in the castle, so she has to share her room and she has to spend this night in Christabel's bedroom. Christabel also uncovered her feet and was taking every care not to produce the least sound. Then these two ladies were on the stairs. Some areas of the stairs were in moonlight, so they were bright, and some were in darkness. After crossing Baron's room or Sir Leoline's room, now they reached to Christabel's room. Outside Christabel's room, moon was shining faintly, but light of moon was not entering in the room. But someone can easily saw the walls of chamber where beautiful figures were carved. A lamp was fastened to an angel's feet with double silver chain. A lamp was giving dull and dim light. So Christabel trimmed the lamp and made it bright. When she was doing so, the lamp was swinging to and fro. When Christabel was doing so, Geraldine's condition once again became miserable, as if she was in deep pain, and collapsed down on the floor. Christabel helped Geraldine and asked her to drink this cordial, refreshing wine made by her mother by using wild flowers. Geraldine asked, "Will your mother also take pity on me like you?" Christabel said that her mother had died just when she was born, but grey-haired priest told that while dying, her mother declared that on wedding day of Christabel, she would hear the castle bell strike 12. Christabel also said she wished her mother were alive then, and Geraldine said, "Oh, that she were." But then, in a changed and altered voice, Geraldine said, "Oh, thou wandering spirit of Christabel's mother, go away from here. I have power to do so. You have to go." She was constantly staring in space upward as if she is watching someone and talking to him. "Go away from here, women, go away. This time of the hour is mine. You may be her guiding spirit, but you must go, for this hour has been assigned to me." Here, as a reader, we feel that maybe Geraldine has ability to see the spirits or dead bodies, and in that room at that time, Christabel's mother spirit was also there and was trying to protect her daughter Christabel from Geraldine, and that's why Geraldine was sending her away from that room. Christabel was watching the condition of Geraldine and she was worried about her. She sat near her, wiped the drops of perspiration from her brow and said, "I think you're tired, Geraldine. You should take some rest." And Geraldine said, "Oh, it's all over now." And as a reader, we are also worried what Geraldine is doing. After that, Geraldine took the wine made of white flowers, and her big, beautiful eyes started to shine brightly. Now she was looking more beautiful, and it seemed that she had no pain now, and she was looking a beautiful lady from some distant land. Geraldine said to Christabel, "You are a very good soul. You have done good to me, and I want to do something good for you. I want to pray for you. Allow me to do so, but this time please go to your bed. I will join you later." Christabel went to her bed, tried to sleep, but it was very difficult for her to sleep because different thoughts were crossing her mind. So she rose from her bed and started to watch Geraldine pray. Christabel saw that Geraldine was rolling her eyes in strange way. She was taking breath noisily, neither speaking nor moving, but there was a misery which Christabel can feel in Geraldine's eyes. Then she robotically rose with pride and slept with Christabel. She took Christabel in her arms and said in low voice, "My touch will cast a spell on you, and it will control your speech, and you will tell everyone in dimly light forest you heard a weeping voice and discovered an exceedingly beautiful lady and brought her to castle out of sympathy to give her shelter." Here we are also told that now Christabel has come to know some shameful secret of Geraldine, but as Geraldine has controlled her speech, so she can't tell that secret to anyone. Now we are told that night is over, evening star has set and morning star had risen. It seems that Christabel is now recovered from her trance and her guiding spirit is close to her. She is sleeping. Castle clock was striking bell for prayer, and Sir Leoline believed that every morning when the bell rings to summon us to prayer, it reminds us of death. Sir Leoline spoke these words first when one morning he got up and found his wife dead. As it was morning, Geraldine cast off her frightening negative look, got up from her bed a normal way, and she wore her white silken dress, arranged her hair in very beautiful manner. She was sure that her magical spell will surely work. She also awakened Christabel and asked whether she slept well. Christabel opened her eyes and saw a very beautiful lady sleeping on her side, and then she recalled the last night when she rescued that lady from forest and brought her to the castle. After taking a sound sleep, that lady was looking more beautiful than night. Christabel's mind was confused about Geraldine, whether she is a good character or bad character, but then she left all the thoughts about her, left her bed, wore her dress, and prayed to God, and led Geraldine to meet her father. Both ladies crossed the hall and came to Sir Leoline. Sir Leoline rose from his seat, hugged his daughter, and at the same time looked at Geraldine with joy and wonder and greeted her in very suitable manner. He also heard the story of Geraldine, but when Geraldine revealed the name of her father, Sir Leoline's face grew pale, and he said in astonishment, "What, you are daughter of Lord Roland de Vaux?" Actually, both were very good friends once upon a time, and then some misunderstanding was created by cunning people. So both friends exchanged hot and contemptuous words with each other and never saw each other till now. When Sir Leoline came to know that Geraldine is the daughter of his good friend, he declared that he will find those who disgraced this lady and also punished them in proper way. He also took Geraldine affectionately in his arms and said, "You are daughter of my good friend." Geraldine's eyes were full of joy. When Christabel saw Geraldine happy, she had a frightful vision and recalled the touch of Geraldine when she was sleeping with her last night. She was once again in trance as she is possessed by some power, and she was watching something but she couldn't speak. She was making hissing sounds, and Sir Leoline focused what his lovely daughter was doing. Christabel wanted to tell her father something, but she couldn't tell. So she said only these words, "Oh father, please send this lady to her father's castle as soon as possible." Sir Leoline was so embarrassed on this disrespectful behavior of Christabel. And then enters a minor character of this lyrical ballad, and it was Bracy, the poet singer, and an important servant of Sir Leoline. Sir Leoline called the poet singer Bracy and said to him, "Now it's your responsibility to take this lady to her home safely," and also sent an invitation to Sir Roland de Vaux so he may end this enmity and visit the castle of Sir Leoline with his family. Bracy refused in befitting manner and said, "Don't give me this great responsibility, sir. Last night I had a strange dream. A white dove whose name was Christabel was stuck in green hubs of forest and it was crying. I saw a green snake was coiled around her neck and wings, so she couldn't fly. It was midnight when I saw this dream. I took a vow. I vowed at that time, in the morning I shall go to the borders of forest and drive out evil spirits by playing my pious, powerful religious music. So, sir, please excuse me for this." Then Sir Leoline said to Geraldine, "Dear Geraldine, you are a dove of Sir Roland de Vaux, and I will now come with you to give you a safe journey." Geraldine was very happy and looked at Christabel in a malicious manner. Geraldine's eyes were looking small and cunning, just like the eyes of a snake to Christabel, and Christabel was once again possessed. He was making hissing sounds, and it seemed something is controlling Christabel. Her blue eyes were full of hatred, and then the spell was over once again. And once again she was saying to her father, "By my mother's soul, I request you to send this woman away." On this behavior, Sir Leoline was so embarrassed, and his heart was broken with fury and grief. In his old age, he was disgraced by his only dear daughter. So we can say that finally Geraldine, by using her magical spell, remained successful in portraying the negative image of Christabel in her father's eye. Moreover, she remained successful when Sir Leoline declared that he is leaving his castle and going with Geraldine. But what exactly Geraldine wanted to do and why? What is the shameful secret of Geraldine which only Christabel knows, and why Christabel remains unsuccessful in telling that secret to her father? These and many more questions are still unanswered because this poem was left unfinished by the poet. That's why here I will also end this story, and now time for its brief and short review. In review, first I want to say that Christabel by Samuel Taylor Coleridge is a great example of Gothic and supernatural literature. Another important thing and prominent thing in the poem is supernatural elements in the poem and treatment of supernaturalism. There are basically two top methods of treating supernaturalism. First is crude method and second suggestive method. Before Coleridge, usually writers and poets prefer crude methods, but Coleridge discards all the crude methods and he adopted the other suggestive methods and used them in very successful way. The element of mystery which he skillfully actually used in his all supernatural poems like Rime of Ancient Mariner and Kublai Khan, and also in this Christabel. Coleridge's method of supernaturalism is indefinite. That's why it touches our souls, and he plays with the minds and psychology of readers. For example, from beginning to the unfinished end, it is not clearly told that who is Geraldine, a witch, an enchantress, just a human being who is practicing black magic. So nothing is clear. And why Mastiff Bitch howls in unusual way when Geraldine passed by it. What Geraldine did with Christabel, and what is the shameful secret of Geraldine. So this is actually very skillful use of subtle supernaturalism. The poet has used medieval setting for presenting the theme of good versus evil, sin versus religiosity, and he has done it very skillfully and successfully in this poem. The poet has created a dream-like environment in this poem. We can say that in natural setting he has created supernaturalism. Another important point which I wish to discuss in this review is the possible ending of this poem, Christabel. But I am not going to discuss this point, otherwise the video will be too long. It's already longer. But maybe someday I will upload a separate video on this topic, but very soon I will upload Urdu dubbing of this video. So overall we can say that it's unfinished poem, but it's a very good gothic supernatural poem. It's a must read. It should be in your literature collection, and it's my personal favorite too. I have tried to present this beautiful poem with minute details in this video. Hope you will like it. I have tried to create that dream-like environment in this video also. So hope you will like it, and if you like it, please share it to your friends and family. You can also comment me in comment section, and if you have still not subscribed channel Literature Outstanding, please subscribe Literature Outstanding and hit the bell icon for future videos. You can also like and follow our Facebook page Writer, and its link will be shared in description box. And here I will end this video. Allah Hafiz, and be positive, be hopeful in your lives.